From Fearless DIY. So I've done some furniture renovations in the past, but I don't think I've ever gone step by step. So I'm going to try to do a tutorial on refinishing this. It's a set of dressers. My grandparents are in an assisted living facility, and because of COVID, we have not been allowed to see them, like touch them, for, I don't know, 10 months? No. So they are moving into my parents' home, and we need some furniture for them. So I'm going to do these ones quickly. These are, this is like a veneer, so this is a little bit cheaper furniture, and so you don't want to sand down too much or something like that. So the first step, even though I'm going to be using a furniture paint, and I know a lot of people say like no prep, I do not think that's a good idea. So I'm going to lightly sand down all of these pieces, to like get any junk off of them, and to knock down the finish a little bit so that the paint has something to adhere to. Now, I'm just using a 220 grit, and I'm just doing a light sand, and then I'll wipe down, and then after that, then we'll get painting. So I have taken off the original hardware because my mom didn't like it. It was too modern. And so we're gonna fill in these nail holes as well, or the screw holes as well. And I really like using Bondo for this kind of thing because you get where it cures in 15 minutes. And warning, Bondo is really stinky. It smells so bad. I don't know why it smells so bad. It just does. But like you can use wood filler, but then, sometimes it takes like 24 hours to dry, and I'm never that patient. So we're going to use some Bondo, fill in the holes after we get everything lightly sanded down and wiped down, and then we'll wipe it down with a tack cloth right before we get started painting. We're going to get it wiped off. Now, because this is a veneer furniture, that is why I'm hand sanding it. If it was a solid piece of wood furniture, then I would just take my palm sander to it. Or, if I really needed to get a bunch up, then I'd just use, a different, like a belt sander. But I guess you could use, a random orbit sander on this, but honestly, there's just too much of a chance of having, like getting in a little too hard, or, making another gouge, or, something like that. So that's why I just hand sand. It didn't take too long. And then we're gonna wipe it down. And right before we get ready to paint, we'll wipe it down again with some tack cloth to get all the dust off. Although I'm doing this in a garage, so dust is kind of inevitable. Okay, so here's how the Bondo comes in a little like paint can looking thing, and you'll find in the automotive section. And then you've got a tube of cream hardener. Okay, so you need this. Now look, I told you it stinks. Oh my gosh, it stinks so bad. So do not open this until you're ready for it. And then you're gonna scoop some out, and you got to get something you're just gonna throw away, because you've only got minutes. So do not mess around. Like, you better be ready to go when you get this going. Okay, so you take this Bondo. Oh my gosh, it stinks. Oh, P.U. I don't know why it's got to smell so bad. Okay, here we go. You can see where I've got it. Close that up. Now take your little tube of hardener, and there's a scientific way to do it, but I just put some in there, and then you smudge it all around. Okay, now luckily they're starting to put the red cream hardener, because it used to be, I think, white maybe, and you couldn't tell when you got it mixed in. But this is what activates it, and so you got to get it all smushed up in the same uniform color. Okay, now you're ready to go fill your holes with your Bondo. So you go down one way and then come back across the other. Go go down and across. Now with deeper holes like this, you might have to do more than one fill to get it perfectly even, but that's fine. You do want to get any excess off because you're gonna have to sand it. Okay, so I sanded the second coat of Bondo and made it flat, and then I have wiped the entire thing down with tack cloth. This is what it looks like, and that gets all the little dust particles off. Now this time I'm going to use General Finishes milk paint. It's a water-based paint. It is awesome. It is self-sealing, so if it's a low-use object like a dresser or a nightstand, you don't have to seal it. You don't have to put a top coat on it at all. Now if you're using this for like cabinets or maybe like a kitchen table, then you'd want to put 2 or 3 coats of top coat on it. But for this, we're going to get a couple coats of this, and that's going to be it. So I'm starting with a brush, just because I need to get in all of the little nooks and crannies, and then I'm going to come in with a roller. And I like this. I use the Best, you know, there's like good, better, best at Walmart, and that's the nap I use, and it's a little 4-inch roller. And then that's what we'll do. We'll get started. So I finished the first coat, and I'm going to let it dry overnight, but you only have to let it dry 2 to 3 hours. And so what I do in between is that I just cover the roller with cling wrap, or put it in a Ziploc and zip it sealed. I did clean my paintbrush, but when you're just going to do another coat, just keep it sealed and it'll be fine. And then we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, here we are the next night, and sometimes when I'm painting, I do a light sand with a really fine grit, like a 220, and it's a very, very quick light sand just to knock down, like, if you feel any texture. But honestly, this feels so smooth to me. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it. So I'm gonna do a second coat, and I'm gonna time lapse that, and then we'll see if it needs a third. I don't know if it will or not. So show you that, you know, you don't have to cut in the edges. You can go like, take your roller like this and angle it, and you can get most of your edges. You just got to be careful that you did not oversaturate your roller, and then you can smooth it all out. So you can get in those little nooks and crannies pretty well with these little rollers too. Yeah, this is already looking so much better. Okay, back to the Speedy. Okay, so the dresser is dry and ready to go, and now I picked out new handles for it. So I'm gonna show you how to attach handles. A tip that I have learned over the years is find your screw, and then when you go to pick your drill bit to drill your holes, it needs to be a little bit bigger than the screw, because I have done it exactly the same size, and it is a nightmare trying to get, like, if you're off just like by 1/8 of an inch, you won't get it in there. So, and you know, when you drill a hole, it's going to be covered by the whole knob anyway. Right. This is pass. Okay, so I have measured, because I want to center these in each place. So I have measured down, measured over, made my marks, but I always use a level to make sure that the handle is going to be level, because it's even, like, especially on old furniture, like, it may not be level anymore, and I don't want it to look like wonk, you know, on the side there. Like this? Yes, like that. So now I'm just gonna make the holes, and let's see. Hopefully, I measured right and leveled, and it all worked out.
Okay.
Here we go.
before you do that,
Yeah?
where's the handle?
Over there.
How's that look?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
good enough. See, I expect your eyeballs to work.
Well, I hope they work, Paps.
Mine don't work right.
Okay, let's try it out. What happened to that screwdriver you just had?
Up on top.
Okay.
Oh, I started to put that knob back on that dresser in there,
Yeah.
and I have found a cover in the window, and it wasn't the right one. It was a little bigger, and I couldn't get it to work.
Oh no, Paps.
But I tried.
Okay, tighten them up. Here you go, pull it out. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe that screw's too long.
No. Maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me take it back out. But
So I gotta get shorter screws because the wood is too thin. Well, you know what, Paps? We could just use a washer on the back side.
yeah.
So let me see if I can find some washers. Okay, so since the screw was too long, you've got two options. Go to the store and buy shorter screws or find yourself a washer. And so you just put the washer on your screw. All right, Pat, you want to tighten it up?
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice and tight.
It ain't real tight, but it's enough to
Yep. You
Don't-
guys can pull it
don't
open.
cause problems.
Right.
No loose handles.
Yeah, Paps?
Look,
Okay, what do you
it
think?
looks good.
Let's
Dave.
check the level. Let's see, did I get it?
Put it right on it.
Oh no! Oh, you know what? You know what we can do, Paps? So since the hole is too big, there we go. I moved it up in the hole just a little bit
Okay.
and then tightened it down. Let's see if that's better. It's almost there. Oh well. Look, so even when you measure it, it don't always work out right. But doesn't that look cute? That's cute. Cute, cute. Thanks for joining me on how to refinish a dresser. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can leave a comment below in the video, or you can message me on the blog and ask me any questions. Thanks so much for watching.